All right. We teased it. We're excited for it. Let's hand out some Christmas presents. Some background is each of us got 4 SJHL teams. We are going to give a Christmas present from us to them. And Noogsy, we'll start with Noogsy. We'll go down the line, and we'll just go back and forth like that. How's that sound? All right, so Noogsy, you can pick one of the 4 teams you went with first, whatever team you'd like.
Well, I mean, it's only fitting to go with the defending champs. So I'll go with the Battleford's North Stars first and foremost. And I'm going to go with a vintage VCR with remote control. They are rewinding it to last year. They've been almost unstoppable since they got Kian Bell back. Their decor is flying. They're just playing it back like they did last year. There was a little bit of confusion over whether Holden Dole was coming back. He's not yet, I guess, anyways. But still, they look a lot like the old Battleford North Stars sometimes this year. And could they get back to the Centennial? I don't think it would shock anybody. So a vintage VCR with remote control for Brady Glamosco.
Buy those anymore?
I don't even know. Amazon.
Yeah, probably.
You could find it.
Bezos has got it.
Yeah, maybe. All right, Rory, you're up.
I'm going to go with Weyburn, and it's actually going to be funny because great minds think alike. We have a similar gift that will be to 2 different teams for 2 different reasons.
Excellent.
So we'll find that coming up. But I'm getting Weyburn a stone and a sling. Because
a stone and a sling?
A stone and a sling. Because if
Interesting.
anybody does know the story of David and Goliath, that is how David took down Goliath. The Weyburn Red Wings have been really, really good against any other team that isn't the top 4. They have 1 win in 14 games against the top 4. 13 games, sorry.
Okay.
1 win. That was the 10-5 win against the Battlefords. They have lost to all the other games against Humboldt, Flin Flon, and Melfort. They're 9-3-0-4, points in 13 of 16 games against every other team. So Weyburn gets back in the playoffs, right? They're going to eventually need to take down Goliath.
Right.
And how do you do that? It's with a stone and a sling. That's what I'm getting the Weyburn Red Wings. Fortunately for them, though, in their final 30 games of the season, only 5 of them are against those top 4 teams. 25 are against teams that they have a really good record against. So Weyburn, looking fortunate in that regard, but to go up against those big guys, they're going to need to take down Goliath, and so far they haven't with just 1 win in 13 games.
For sure. That's a really good gift. I like that. I'll start with Larange. And one thing we have talked about on SJHL Weekly a lot with the Larange Ice Wolves has been the play of their defense and the play of their goaltending. It hasn't been the greatest this year. Some might say it's been a little bit leaky. So how do you stop a leak? So my gift to them is 2 cans of Flex Seal and 2 rolls of Flex Tape. If you haven't seen the infomercial, fantastic product. It stops the leak. It's waterproof. And the good news is, apparently I've given that gift a week early because they were excellent this week. And if they want to continue, they're going to have to play like this. So that's going to stop the leakage and improve the Larange Ice Wolves moving forward.
All right. Well, I'm going to go with the Melville Millionaires and another Viterra Division team. And Rory said it, kind of a similar gift. So, well, not similar in, anyways, you'll see. So I'm going to give them a commemorative, beautiful book of Psalms from the Bible. So many of those Psalms were written by David, who is the guy who killed Goliath. In recognition of the fact that the Melville Millionaires have been great giant killers this year. In the last 4 games, they've beaten Flin Flon and Battlefords. They're the only team to have beaten Flin Flon twice this year. They're one of 2 teams to beat Flin Flon at the Whitney Forum. They've beaten Melfort twice this year. And all of those wins, they're still 13-12. So they're having a great year, great surprise. But with all those wins, they're only just above 500. So, I think they're at 8th right now. So, they're good against the Giant Killers. Yeah. We'll commemorate that by giving them a nice, beautiful, kind of gold inlaid book of Psalms.
I like that a lot.
I'm going over to the west and going to Kindersley, and I'm getting them it's an expensive gift.
Oh,
yeah, really expensive. It's an IMAX 65mm film camera. So it's the same one that Christopher Nolan.
That was super specific.
Very specific.
Well, yeah, because it's the same one that Christopher Nolan used to film Oppenheimer. Like one of the most
Connor
beautifully
Tate's
shot
gonna
movies
love that.
of all time, and especially this year, because I said it last year. that I believe the Kindersley Clippers are a movie, and I want them
That's right.
to keep writing their story. I don't know how this movie's going to end. It has me on the edge of my seat, just like Oppenheimer did when I watched that in theaters. And that is the Kindersley Clippers. Cal McIntyre mentioned it. They got 3 sets of brothers. They got 5 local kids on the team. They're the longest playoff drought in the SJHL. Every other team's been in the playoffs more recently than the Kindersley Clippers. So just keep writing your movie, keep filming it on that IMAX 65mm film camera, Christopher Nolan style, and I like that story of the Kindersley Clippers.
Nice.
They are a movie, that's for sure. I will move on to the Estevan Bruins, and this one, this gift's a lot more simple compared to my last one. For the Estevan Bruins, speaking with Jason Tatarnic this season, there's been a glaring issue, which I think a lot of teams in the SJHL right now are dealing with and struggling with, and that is consistency. So my gift to the Estevan Bruins is a truck of Okanagan fruit blueberries. Because to quote a Times Magazine article on food and health, blueberries are the top food to increase brain function and improve consistency in one's life. Wow. So to the Estevan Bruins, I gift you one of those fruit trucks that always pops up around Saskatchewan communities in the summer, but filled with blueberries.
You went deep on the,
I did my research.
Men's health.
I did my research.
That.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why Jeremy's the best.
Yeah, adequate.
There you go.
Noobsy, you're up.
Okay, well, I'm going to go with a very cheap gift because these guys have spent a lot of money, it seems, already this year. I'm going to go with... Yeah, that's true. And also your camera.
Yeah.
But Connor Tate would be terrific with that. But anyways, that's not the point. The Nipawin Hawks, you are getting name tags. There is no team in this league that has made bigger impact ads in terms of big name players, explosive guys, I think, over the course of the season proper. Obviously, Flin Flon added a lot of those guys in the offseason. But the Nipawin Hawks giving name tags: Alex Bernauer, Artem Prabovetsky, Liam McInnes, Braden Jockums. The list kind of goes on. But the Nipawin Hawks keep on making big ads to film around their core, that they bring back a lot of guys from last year. Dana Dirks and Tad Kozin have done a good job bringing a lot of excitement to the Centennial Arena. And so name tags for the Nipawin Hawks.
Very good.
I'm going to go to Humboldt, and I'm getting them an autographed, used Jake LaMotta heavy bag.
Wow.
So
I don't even know what that is.
Please explain.
Well, a heavy bag, you know what that is. And Jake
Yes,
LaMotta, an old school boxer, but one of the best to go to the body, right? And LaMotta used constant pressure, relentless sort of attacks. That's how Humboldt plays, and that's what makes them successful, is wearing down their opponent. Go to the body, right? When Humboldt has lost, they have led in every game they've lost except for one. They've led by at least a goal. So I think they need to continue to use that constant pressure. They need to continue to go to the body. They need to continue to wear down their opponents. I've liked their game throughout this season. And Jake LaMotta, he lost to Sugar Ray Robinson, often considered the best of all time back in that age, 4 times in a row, and finally beat him in his 5th time. We all know what happened to the Broncos in their last 3 playoff exits. It's the team they're looking up on right now. And if they do meet again, they got to work right now on that heavy bag. Go to the body, Jake LaMotta style, autograph heavy bag for the Broncos.
Wow, that was a deep cut.
Thank you.
That was a good reference. For me, I will move on to the Yorkton Terriers. And this one, I am actually going to tie in one of our great sponsors here at the Saskatchewan Junior Hockey League, and I am going to gift the Yorkton Terriers a new home security system from SaskTel. As SaskTel, if you're in the market for a home security system, they would be glad to help you out. And the big guys, I'll ask you this: why do you get a home security system?
Protect your stuff.
You got to protect your stuff. You got to protect your house, and protecting the house is very important on the penalty kill. And for the Yorkton Terriers, they are currently last in the Saskatchewan Junior Hockey League at 70.2% on the penalty kill. So to improve the protection of the house on their penalty kill, I give to you, Yorkton, a beautiful home security system from SaskTel. And if you are in the market for a home security system ahead of Christmas, SaskTel, they'll help you out.
Love it.
Wow. That was next level.
That's a good pitch, too.
Way to go, Jeremy.
I had to sell that one
SaskTel
first.
should just cut it.
Oh, by the way, SJHL Game of the Month on SaskTel coming up this Friday when you can watch the Kindersley Clippers,
love it.
Balfour's North Stars with the 3 of us.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah. Right, my last one is the Melfort Mustangs, and it's a double use bottle of blue Gatorade because blue Gatorade is the best Gatorade and the only acceptable Gatorade if you're giving Nugsy Gatorade. So I'm going to go with blue Gatorade for Leith Olafson. Also, the Melford Mustangs are blue. And he's been playing 25 minutes plus a game all year. He's been terrific. And then once he's done drinking that blue Gatorade bottle, use that bottle to bottle this team defensive effort that the Melfort Mustangs have put in the month of December so far. Trevor Blevins is thrilled with that. Bottle it up and use it the rest of the year. Trevor Blevins feels like when his team plays the way they can compete with anybody and beat anybody, including the Flin Flon Bombers. They've given up 3 goals against or less in their last 4 games. Melfort Mustangs, with the weaponry that they have, they just added Clay Sliva. If you give up 3 goals a game, if you're the Melfort Mustangs, that's good enough. You're going to win a lot of hockey games. So a Gatorade bottle.
Very good.
Another cheap one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cheap
Good
one.
though. Useful.
Saving money.
Yeah.
In this
How
economy,
much are they going to use the Oppenheimer cam? It can really run.
You got to be technically advanced.
Yeah.
that's fair. That's
I mean,
fair.
they do.
Well,
have
they got Connor.
They have
Z.
Connor Z. Yeah, it's a good point. Never mind. I take it back.
I'm going to finish up my 4, and I do have the Flin Flon Bombers. And I am going to channel my inner Deion Sanders and get the entire team sunglasses, custom-made sunglasses, designer brand.
Whoa.
I'm not cheaping out on the Flin Flon Bombers either, because it is just so bright right now, right? The future is so bright for the Flin Flon Bombers. Number 1 team in Canada, number 1 team in the league. I can't say anything bad about them. How I've seen them play, and I don't find any holes, right? But the sun helps everything grow. The sun gives us strength, right? We look forward to the sun. I can see them bringing home a national championship, and that is just a bright future to look at. But the thing with the sun, you don't look directly at it. Even with sunglasses on, you got to kind of take a peek and look away. So
Absolutely.
think of that in your future, but don't stare at the sun because it'll burn you. And I don't want them to look too far ahead
Good health, Sarah.
because as Kyle said, this league is a hard league to get out of, and that's their goal first. So sunglasses to shade the brightness that is the Flin Flon Bombers. All the team will look sharp in them too, and that's the gift for the Bombers.
And those are nice sunglasses.
yeah, we have really nice. Yeah.
Those are nice sunglasses. They can pull it off. All right, the final team to get a gift, the Notre Dame Hounds. Nugsy, unlike you, I did not cheap out because I wanted to give the Notre Dame Hounds a very good gift, and I wanted to give yourself a very good gift. And I got them. I went all out. Took a lot of time, a lot of effort to find this gift. Paid a lot of money for it. You might need to clean it though.
Okay.
I purchased the hot tub from Hot Tub Time Machine for the Notre Dame Hounds because it would allow the Notre Dame Hounds to go back in time to the beginning of the season. We talked about it. They got off to an 0-9 start. If they could replay those 9 games, and even if they went 4-5, they'd be right there in the mix for a playoff spot.
Yeah.
So to them, I would get them
Nice.
the used, probably not the cleanest, hot tub from Hot Tub Time Machine. And it can, and you know what? You could place it in the corner at the dunk tank, and you could probably put some people in there. Like how the Brandt Center used to have hot tubs at ice level. Just like that.
Can you provide somebody to add extra cleanliness because diseases just are run rampant down there? But anyways,
Wouldn't be
that's
the
a good
cleanest.
gift. Lots of
Wouldn't be the
clean-
cleanest.
Yeah,
Well, that was a lot of fun. And
Yeah.
we hope you enjoyed that too, as we handed out some Christmas gifts to all 12 SJHL teams.